Hi, it's Stephanie Staples here. And why am I here today? Well, many people have been interested in the Vipassana retreat that I have been on. And I thought I would ask my dear friend, Michelle Cederberg, who was also curious about the experience, if we could record our conversation so that it would benefit many people who might like to know a little bit of the inside scoop. So I'm going to introduce you to Michelle and yeah, ask away whatever,
Okay. Because
whatever.
I'm also very curious about not speaking for 10 days. And so tell me about you said it's 12 days, but 10 were silent. So just give me a little bit of a rundown, not the whole thing right away, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, so you come in around by you have to be in by 5 o'clock on the first night, and so people are talking. Then people are getting to know each other. People are just kind of learning the lay of the land and getting a tour of the building and such. And then the last day also, they let you speak the day before they let you out. The following morning they let you out, but the evening before that you can talk. And man, do people talk? I wondered if it would be hard to get back into that. But on that second to last day. So technically 10 days are silent, but the experience itself is 12 days.
So they give you that kind of in and out talking so you can get comfortable, so to speak, with where
They,
you're going and what you're going to be doing.
yeah, so the orientation, I would say the first day, the first evening, and then kind of reintegrating you back into get you ready for society after 10 days of silent
Yeah.
on that
So
last day.
here's the question because I know I read your blog and you said you kind of had a mix of fear and excitement
Yeah.
that started to get more towards curiosity as the retreat happened.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious how day one went for you because I go into my own head going, oh my gosh, I can't talk to people. It's like
Yeah.
very humbling and very humble existence for the 10 days. So tell me about that.
It's very monk-like. Like there will be no experience I can imagine you would ever have that would give you more of an idea of how monks live than this. In fact, I phoned my friend who has two sons who are monks, and I'm like, if you want to know what your boys are going through, you might want to do this. But I actually felt the most anxiety right after I had applied. I had been wanting to do this event for years. Timing just didn't work out. And when I finally got in, then the anxiety started. How am I going to be quiet? How am I going to be still? I think about movie theaters and people are sitting watching the movie and I'm this way and that way and I got a foot up and I'm like, I just have no idea. So I thought the only thing that's going to save me from doing this is if I get a speaking engagement. I was like, please get a speaking engagement, then I
So it's
can.
not just the silence, it's the stillness.
It's the stillness, like you are sitting still. So that's a big deal. So I had much anxiety leading up to the event. By the time I got closer to the event, I was more curious than panic stricken. And I could tell something shifted because I thought if I get a job, I'm going to have to say no because then I would be disappointed that I couldn't do this. So
Right. So you had sort of surrendered to the process.
yeah, by the time I got there, I was like, no, we're doing this.
Okay, so you sit down for the first time and you're now it's zip it time. No longer able to talk to people, no longer able to make eye contact. How was the first part of that? Like what was your first experience?
So the no eye contact, the reason for that is you're not allowed to gesture or anything like you're communicating in any way, shape, or form. So in that way, your kind of eyes are cast down most of the time, which is odd because you finally don't have your phone, right? So you could look up, but no, we're still like. And one of the hardest things that many of us said was we all felt so rude because at meals, you're sitting around a table. There was five of us around our table. You're staring like at their name tags kind of thing. And you can't say, thank you or please pass or I'm leaving now. Have a nice day. Like just those niceties are
And for
not
you as a connector, was that a hard thing?
so hard. So that was probably the worst of it. And then also that they have at this particular um, um, I'm not even sure what the right word
Retreat
center, the center.
center.
They have them, first of all, they have these centers all over the world. We have five in Canada, And there's one just an hour from my house. So it's a beautiful location. There's beautiful forest and about a 20-minute path you can kind of keep walking in. So, you would keep passing people the same because you would all walk only at the same time. But again, you're down, your eyes are down, you're not saying hello, you're not saying, oh, did you see that mushroom? It's that part was super hard. They also they also set it up really for your success. Like it's not just being silent. No reading, no writing, no anything. I mean, could you sneak it in? Yes. Is anyone checking your bags? No. But I'm like, if you're going to do it, you may as well just do it, right? But to me, not to have a pen and a paper was, ugh, it was very
You'd
hard.
have these probably moments of inspiration or enlightenment or awareness, and you'd want to document it.
Right. I'm like, well, you got to get these ideas and you're going to forget. And, that was a
So
big
I
hit.
can imagine that going into this, it wasn't all roses and sunshine.
Oh no. There was a lot, like it was silent, but it was not quiet.
Mm.
It was so noisy and so busy, and I swore at myself very often. I cried a lot. Um, yeah.
And I can imagine, you're just kind of in it. The other people are there, but you also know that they're having your own experience. Did you get used to being with yourself and just letting the others be in themselves?
Yeah, so the men and women are separated. When there's a meditation room, and they're on one side and you're on the other. There was about 25 people at my course, and only one person left. Only one. I was surprised. I thought it would be like Survivor and like every day and somebody else's cushion would be gone, but no, everybody hung in there, which was really surprising to
Which
me.
could vary from group to group, I imagine. But
Yes, but they did say after I asked, and they said, no, most people stay. Like once you kind of make that commitment to come, you were allowed to talk. There were two times during the day. One, you could sign up at noon with the assistant teacher and ask private questions. And at 9 p.m., you could ask public questions after the group meditation.
so
So
how was that? Being able to just open your mouth to just get something out. Did you have too many questions and you had to just choose, or did you just kind of be in the moment, slide in that instant?
yeah, like one time, the first day I put my name on the board and then I erased it. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I was supposed to be asking things or maybe I should just let it evolve or and you see a few people's names on and then the same people's names and then so it was so there is a primary teacher who is Goenka is his name. He's passed now. Oh, but he teaches so you watch these videos of him teaching and they're from the I don't know 80s like and they're horrible like the sound is horrible there's coughing in the background like it's like I'm sure they could update them but they don't like this is the man that teaches this is how he teaches he's amazing he's funny the stories are so in the
And that's like
evening
daily school.
yes so in the evening after evening meditation we all go into the meditation center and we watch these old videos and for like an hour and a half or something. And this is like the teaching of it. And then there's an assistant teacher live who answers questions, who kind of leads the meditation. But there's not a lot of guidance. I thought there would have been much, much more. But the biggest realization, I think I was so much stuck in how am I going to be quiet? How am I going to be still? How am I going to not write? I didn't realize, and this is my own lack of researching, it's a course. You are going there to take a course. It is a course on a specific type of meditation.
You are learning as you go. You can't expect to know it all when you walk through the door. When I read that in your blog, I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost a relief.
Right? Because I'm like, why do I like 10 days? Can they not start at 3 and work up to 5 and 7? And then, no, because you need 10 days to learn this technique. This is like the minimum amount of time because amazing things happen in your body and mind. And they don't happen in 3 days. They happen at 4 days and 7 days. I think 7 was probably my hardest day. So you need this time. And so because you are taking this course, everything about this experience is curated for your success. And that's why every distraction is taken away. Like you talk about creating an environment for success in what you do, right? You said I should work out clothes. It's like that's exactly what they're doing to the nth degree. That
Laying the
is,
foundation and then building on it over the course of
and
the.
that's why you have no reading, no writing. That's why you are not cooking. You are being served. You do not clean up. You don't do anything else. All your attention is to focus on this type of meditation.
So the physiologist in me is so curious because did you sleep better?
No, I didn't. I slept a lot. The first few days I slept a lot, and whenever we had free time, I would crawl under my covers and go back to bed. I was just exhausted. I don't know if that was from just 60 years of life. Just to,
Or detoxing from 60 years of
yeah,
chaos,
I'm
years
not
of
sure. I'm not sure
technology
what,
and
but I was super duper sleepy, and I was very happy because on that first day there are many people that come back, and so one of the advice, one of the women, all ages, I must say, I thought it would be maybe older people with more time, but all ages, be lots of young people. She said I sleep a lot, and I was like, oh, I was glad she kind of gave me that permission to do that.
so you're structured, but you have moments where you can rest, where you can like.
So the day is very structured. I actually have it's very structured. So it starts at 4 a.m. The uh, gong goes off and 4 a.m. So from 4:30 to 6:30, meditate in the hall or in your room. 6:30 to 8, breakfast break. So that's when you can shower and go for your walk and whatever. Group meditation at 8 to 9. So there's 3 times a day that you must be in the hall meditating with the group. And
Mhm.
after 3 days, they want you not to move. So for 3 days,
Okay.
I'm me doing my thing. And then,
Trying to settle yourself into it over the course of the days, knowing on the third day that it would be.
we didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh,
I did not know. But it is funny because they have this huge wall like this, but times 10, full of cushions and benches and blankets and shawls. And like after the first day, it's completely emptied. And everybody has built their own little Anook Shook thing to
and they
like,
get to keep it there for the whole 10 days. You just kind
yes,
of build your
yes,
space.
like a nest. And everybody's tucking things just in so and under this and whatever to try and make themselves as comfortable as possible. And I mean, your eyes are closed, right? So you're not supposed to be looking, but sometimes you should look to see. And I was right at the back, so I'm
So you have 3 times a day. So you were telling me the schedule. What's the rest of it? Because you said
yes. So okay, so we're at the 9 o'clock group meditation, and then 9 to 11. Okay, you're done the group meditation. So, but now you go meditate in the hall or in your room. So it was like, oh, okay, but maybe you take a 5 minute break or something. It's like if you count it all up, it'd be like 14 hours of meditation. It's a friggin'
do you think that
after
anybody didn't do it? Like, I'm just going to go back to my room and nap.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And after the first day, I was like, I've meditated more today than I have in my whole entire life put together. So you don't need any experience to tell people this, right? You don't
Okay.
need
So
to.
9 to 11, you're in your room. Then a meal.
Well, so what I found is I couldn't meditate in my room, even though there was like virtually no distractions. I would just go to like, I needed to be in that environment of the
Just
meditation
to hold
hall.
yourself accountable.
Yeah, because in the room, I'm like, you know what I was doing? I think I wrote it in my blog. I was reading my clothing labels. I
Oh,
was reading the fire extinguisher. Ross has to redo
oh,
this
that
on
made me
March.
laugh.
And the funniest thing is when I came home, I walked down the hall in my condo and I'm like, oh my God, I recognized his writing. That's Ross. It's the fire extinguisher guy.
Are you kidding me? So you were very present. So, okay. So just so, and then you finish your day schedule. So you do,
Which is not till 9:30 p.m. So you'd think if the bell goes at 4 that maybe you're done and you're going to go to bed at 8 o'clock, but no, you're there till like 9:30. It's
and
a
then
it's a
then do you crash?
yes, but I had like nightmares and stuff and there's a lot going on. There's just so much going on.
It's a whole bunch of unpacking of life that happens in the silence, I guess.
I mean, I literally thought about the linoleum that I grew up with. Like it was like why is that in my head or whatever problem, okay, I've solved that problem now. Can we please move on? It but to still your mind, even after that, it's so hard. It's so this is one of the hardest things
So
I've ever done.
1, what was one of the hardest things that you had to endure? What was one of the kind of cruxy moments?
So they teach you, like, you are, it's all about feeling the sensations in your body. And so your body starts to, you feel like you can feel your body changing on a molecular level. Like you start vibrating in different, and then you focus on a different part and you can make yourself vibrate there. Like it's really weird. So when you're still, it is not answering the call of an itch or a pain or that this will pass. And it's a life lesson that whatever you're going through, it's going to pass, right? You just have to go through it. You don't always have to respond to what's happening, which is, well, that's
That
novel.
moment, that torturous itch can feel like something unendurable,
It does. It really, really does.
as
So,
big as something that's actually unendurable.
right. Yeah, it's weird. So that is one thing I found really
And then
hard.
what was one of the biggest, wow, this was amazing awarenesses or takeaways?
Um, I am so not important. I am so not important. Like it's like a machine came and plucked me out of my very important life and put me over here, dropped me into this whole new world. And you know what? The whole world kept spinning
Yeah.
and nothing was really different. I
So what do
didn't.
you think that means for you? Because that's, that's a big, big awareness. Like, how is that? How are you moving forward with that awareness?
Yeah, that's a really good question. The only thing that I will say is different is my husband, Randy. He's like, this is the first time we've been together for over 40 years. I've been away lots, but we've never not been in contact. Like to
Mm.
not be able to phone him and tell him and connect with him, like that was huge. So I think, and you'll know more about this than most people, but the whole ego thing, right, is like it really brings your ego down. Like, because what we do, we're so privileged. We get to be on a stage and we get to have people clap for us and we get all sorts of positive feedback, sometimes awards,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, oh, you feel like, oh, maybe you're a very special person, and you
I'm
are,
important and special. And yeah.
but you are, but are yeah. Like
Yeah.
we're all just the same. Everything is so impermanent. Things that are great are impermanent, and things that are horrible are impermanent, and
What
that's
I hear from that is like, just be yourself and be in the moment and don't sweat the small stuff and just that, you know?
it's yeah, like all regular life lessons that you hear about in other ways. Um, but I think that for me, that the not reacting right away is really huge. Like, yes, I don't have to scratch an itch, but I also like this person annoyed me or that didn't go my way or whatever.
In the
Oh,
grand scheme,
oh well. And again, much of this stuff that you already know, but it just lays it down in a whole different way. Like, oh, I never thought of it that way before. And things
right?
that you think are so important, like this calendar or whatever. Like, I didn't know what day it was. I was very concerned because I thought, how am I going to know what day it is? So I decided to, I got paper towel and every day I would crunch up a paper towel and I would like, I had, like I was in jail, like marking off on a wall, right? And so I'd see, okay, I came in on a Wednesday and there's four towels. So Thursday, Friday, it must be Saturday today.
Oh
And
my goodness.
so I had like my family picture. I brought that. That was the one thing I brought. And I had all these little paper towels like all around. Kind of like, okay, I'm at day 7 now.
Were you getting, like, as you started to get towards where you were able to speak again, were you getting excited, or what were the emotions attached to that?
That's a good question. So this is typical of me. So and all of this is typical of me. I don't. Everyone has their own experience, but when I'm away and I get closer to coming home, I want to come home more. When I'm away, I'm fine. Like when I was day 2 and I know I'm not going anywhere, I was fine. But
Yeah.
when it got to be day, 8, I'm like, okay, now, like this was fun, and or this was an experience. Um, and also, I think I learned like this. I can do hard things. Like I never thought I could have done something like this, and anybody that knew me pretty much didn't think I could do something. Even my husband said, he said, I thought you'd call by day 5. I thought for sure you'd be like,
I
that's
didn't
it.
have that feeling when you told me you were doing this. I thought this is another of Steph's experiments or challenges, and she's going to take it and run with it. I didn't think you were going to have a problem. Well,
Thank,
no
thank
problem, but
you.
I knew you were going to do it.
Thank you. Well, my daughter had the best line at all. She's like, oh no, she said, we talked about this. She goes, she said, if there's one thing Stephanie Staples likes, it's a story. And there's no way she's leaving until this story's done.
Okay, so when you got to the end of it and you were allowed to speak and what bubbled up, how did that go?
It was really interesting to hear other people's experiences. And did you think that? And did this happen to you? And when did this? And I see why they don't want you to talk because you would be comparing on day three. Are you feeling the sensation? What are you feeling? Like it's so much better that you don't talk. And quite honestly, it's easy not to talk because they have curated this environment for you.
Hmm. Hmm.
But when you could talk, I wondered, oh, would it be hard to start it? But no, like
Went from
within
zero to
it went crazy. And then
really.
your mind is like, ah, so coming home there definitely was. Randy and I went for a hike after, and that was a beautiful thing to do to just the two of us in the woods, just,
A nice
reconnecting.
transition.
It was a perfect transition. The
Then you
next,
went to a convention with 200 other speakers.
but before that, that was a thing. But before that, the next day, so this I got home Sunday. On Monday, I do a group hike, and there was 11 women plus me. No big deal. It's in the woods. I'm like, this is going to be a nice thing. I was 10 minutes into this hike, I practically burst into tears. I had to drop way to the back from the group. It was so noisy. It was so much chatter. Um,
Uh,
they were walking so fast, it seemed. Like usually I wouldn't notice that, right? But for example, the first day of the retreat, when I would go for my walk, I'm like, well, I might as well get some steps in here, even though I don't have a step counter. I'll see how much I can do. Because like no exercise, no push-ups in your room, nothing, right? But then by the end, I'm like, la 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 la. How can I zigzag and let's watch
watching
this
the bark
mushroom
on the
grow?
trees
And
and listening to, yeah.
yeah, so it was so anyway, yes, coming back to society. Why is everyone moving so fast and everybody's talking so much and so loud? And it's just because you realize how little you need. Like I'm like, oh, I think I could be a monk. I think I could be in jail. I think maybe I came out of rehab. Like any of these things could have possibly happened to me, but you just realize you don't need much in life, honestly.
That's a great, I mean, if that's an outcome that comes from it, it just has you looking at your life with through a different lens.
Complete you can't like any experience, right? You can't come out the same. You can't come out the same person that went in there. Um, I am finding it. Oh, so then I went to a speaker convention, which was completely off the charts, and ironically, you know, of course,
Little
ego
old humble you
filled.
was getting a great award.
I got a great award, which was and I called it my ego trip. So it was 100% about ego, which is so diametrically opposed to what I have just done. But maybe that's interesting too. And maybe that's okay, right? That we can live in this world and we can also live in this world. And
Mhm.
one is not better or worse than the other. They're both just interesting and have a place. And how can we find that, that rhythm to
Symmetry between them. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm finding it, I will be honest, and I'm telling you, I am finding it very difficult to go back to the meditation to meditate for that long. Like now I just want to sit for an hour. It's so hard because I have a home office and because there's the kitchen and
So are
because
you able to get benefits and give yourself grace with less time so that you can continue it, or what's your move ahead plan?
yeah, I think I need to give myself grace that this they would like you to do an hour in the morning and an hour at night. Okay, I don't have little kids at home anymore. Like I am self-employed. I could. I don't really want to. Yeah, that's a lot to me, right? So if I can do a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night, how can I still reap the benefits from this as possible? The other thing I would like to share about this course is, first of all, they've been hundreds of thousands of people have done this course all over the world. It's been taught for thousands of years, this type of meditation. They have it they do programs in jails. Like it's really amazing. Do not ask you for one penny. It is 100% donation
That
based.
surprised me so much when I read that.
They will not even take your money unless you complete the course and found benefit in it. They will not, you go home on day 8, they won't take your money. And you are served by people who have done the course and they come back to serve you because other people serve them. And that's what I would like to do. I'd like to go back and serve. I just think that is like,
That is amazing.
It's mind-blowing, right? That they could survive like that on these
Do they
beautiful.
even make a suggestion for how much to donate if
They
something?
do tell you at the end, only because I went into the, of course, class, I wanted to write an article and I wanted to find out more information. So I like saw the chart and they figure it costs $500 per person to run them through this to
Yeah.
pay. So, and the idea is if you can pay for, so other people can, someone has paid for this course for you. If you
Hmm.
can't afford to pay, no problem. Somebody has paid this course for you.
Yeah.
And if you can afford to pay for you or for someone else, pay it forward, then of course
Right.
that's great
Pay
if you
what
can
you
do that.
can, yeah,
Yeah,
within your means. I
but
love it.
there's no pressure whatsoever.
Is there any other final kind of wow that you want to share so that people get
I just,
most
I
out of it?
don't want people to, the biggest thing, I don't want people to be as scared of going because of the logistics, because that was really a barrier for me that how can I do this? I think I want people to know, like, if you want to do it, you can do it. You've done many, many hard things before. This is a very supportive, guided experience, and they will make it easy for you. It's not easy, but they will make it as easy as can be. And don't be worried about the things you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't have to know. It just day by day, it unfolds, and it's a really special, unique game-changing experience. And I would encourage, if you have any interest in checking it out, that you should.
There you go. Everything you wanted to know or maybe didn't want to know about a 12-day Vipassana retreat by Stephanie Staples. Thanks for sharing because I'm super intrigued and now I've got to think about where when
Mm.
this might be happening for
Thinking
me.
is where it starts. Thank you, Michelle, for asking the questions and making it much more interesting than me just talking to myself or other people. Appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you back.
Bye. Good luck, folks.